So we are, good day, Adetoye. So we are waiting for people to join the call. Hi everyone, welcome to the maiden edition of RPA Stars Chat, where we provide answers and have conversations on robotic process automation with RPA experts. And it is powered by Stadex. For those wondering what we do in Stadex, Stadex is an IT firm and it is dedicated to creating leading technologies and training for IT talent. Robotic process automation is our core focus among all solutions, which is why we are having this conversation today. My name is Ifeoluwade Farako, a communication executive with Stadex. and I'll be moderating this session. For today's topic, themed Launching Your Career as an RPA Developer. Our guest speaker for today is Adetoye Olamisegbe. Adetoye is a senior robotic process automation developer who has worked across financial sector. He has worked in Wema Bank, Polaris Bank. He's currently working at Abzone Group as a senior software developer. Hi, Adetoye. Adetoye.
Hi,
Good to have you.
good evening. Good to be here too.
Okay, can you briefly introduce yourself to us?
Okay, my name is Adetoye, as you introduced me earlier. I'm a software developer at Abzone Group. I previously worked with my bank and Polaris Bank as an RPA developer / software developer. You know how it goes. You have to do the two together these days. So I'm just a person that is pushing for greatness in quotes. So yeah, that's a few things about me.
Okay, welcome once again. For the participants, we would like to meet you. So we want you to send your name, your location. Like, for example, my name is Ifelu, I'm from Lagos State, and we want you to send your professional level in RPA, whether you are a beginner, intermediate, or an expert in this industry. So, Adetoye, back to you.
Yeah.
For everyone Discord, for the beginners, they're asking what is an RPA developer. So can you please explain who an RPA developer is?
Okay, so if I'm going to define that on a basic level, is definitely someone who builds, manages, and supports automation bots. This is used for, okay, let me use automation also to automate processes. Like let me say stereotypical processes that you don't want to keep doing manually. You want to use something to do it automatically for you. So that's what an RPA, someone that does that is an RPA on a basic level.
Okay, no problem. So would you like to share your experience on how you started your journey in RPA industry?
Okay, that was quite a funny one because I was at Polaris Bank when I started. Yeah, so EY, Ernst & Young, they were implementing the RPA process, the whole process in Polaris Bank at that time. So they needed someone to join internally, an internal developer to join, and they reached out to my boss, the head of software engineering at the point, and he looked around and just, okay, so you can join them. That's how I started. That's how it started for me. He just assigned me to the task, and that was for me.
Wow.
And since then, yeah, I've been doing that.
Okay. At a point, were you comfortable with going outside your job description? At the point where you feeling uncomfortable with that?
No, I won't say I was. At the time, yeah, I used to be interested in everything. I guess do this one. So when it came up, I accepted it. It was quite hectic at first, but based on mentorship and all, I scaled.
Okay. So what would be your advice for those facing challenges, those at the beginner stage facing challenges in RPA?
Okay, definitely one of the advice I would give is always try to reach out to someone who knows better. That gives you faster traction to whatever challenge you're facing. Because if you try to keep saying, okay, you do it on your own, you might do it. You might definitely get it, but it might be a difficult way you get. It might not be the faster way, the easier way, which someone that has experience with doing it would have discovered a long time ago. So it could be harder for you to try to do it on your own, but it's better to just reach out to someone who knows how to do it.
Okay, so you're saying that they should get a mentor?
Yes, definitely. If you have access to one, take it up.
Okay, so how can they get this mentorship from people?
Most times it's usually based on where you work. And right now, with the platforms online, you can definitely reach out to people online. There are communities, UiPath community, Blue Prism, few. Yeah, so definitely. I think you can always get stuff like that.
Okay, so for a beginner, how can they grow to the senior level, then to a managerial level?
Oh, okay. Starting from scratch, yeah?
Yeah.
If you are starting on your own without the environment I started with, starting out of fresh to be an RPA developer on your own, I think first of all you have to believe in God and be really interested in wanting to do it. Like you have the passion to do it. That is what comes first. Then so you can also start checking out online for resources. You can go to the UiPath's website. There will definitely be the university, the Blue Prism University also, to get resources, learn, start. So for example, the Blue Prism automation tool, now there's a foundation training where which you can start with, get that. When you get to a certain level where you feel okay, you can take up processes. Try to volunteer for internships, probably get side jobs that okay, just petty jobs, might not be able to get a standard job, a proper job without experience. So you have to get that experience from maybe probably internships and also if you need to reach out to a mentor, if you get to have a mentor, that's the way you can scale also.
Okay, that's good. So for the participants, we are still waiting for your questions. If you want to ask Adetoye for your questions, please kindly send your questions to us. So are there times you face challenges in this RPA industry? Can I share your challenges?
Yeah, definitely. There are definitely challenges you face, from little challenges to bigger challenges. I think one of the biggest challenges I've faced is usually about the volume of data you're working with. That's so definitely you face challenges. And with that, most times it's either based on experience you have had, you might be able to come up with a solution by yourself, or you have to reach out to someone else. That's the way it works for RPA.
Okay, at the point you mentioned, Blue Prism has a resource as part of the resources for building RPA. So are you not saying that it's only Blue Prism that we have?
Oh no, definitely not. Definitely not. We have Blue Prism, we have UiPath, we have automation anyway. There's the new gen software that it's coming up now. So definitely we have more than that. I just used Blue Prism as an example the other time.
Okay, so we are still waiting for the questions. We need your questions. Please send your questions to us. We are waiting for your question. We are waiting. Okay. Okay. So what do you think are the opportunities and industry demands for an RPA developer?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So starting from scratch, you can definitely have in mind that okay, there's hope, because to be honest, there's a lot of demand for RPA development, RPA guys, RPA developers right now. I can use myself as an example. A few months ago, I think I got like 4 different offers, and it's quite great. So there's a lot of opportunities for RPA developers as long as you know what you're doing. Definitely, quite a lot, from the financial institution space to fintechs. Now InterSwitch recently just opted into using RPA tools. So definitely, there are quite a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
And we can also create opportunities ourselves, because we can't just leverage on the fact that it is people that require our services that we should work for. We can also create opportunities in different sectors. I just mentioned the financial sector. Definitely, we can use it in the health sector, in the agricultural sector. Every sector can use RPA. As long as you need to automate something, definitely you can always use RPA. So there's a wide market that is actually yet to be unleashed. Let me use it like that. Then, so there's a lot of opportunities for RPA.
Okay. So we are still waiting for their questions. because we don't want to leave this show without answering most of the questions they have. Okay, I'm still waiting for the questions. If you have any question, please drop it. Waiting.
And for most of the guys that are trying to start up, definitely they could always use the resources online. Definitely, that helps. That works fine.
Okay. Okay, so David said. Okay. David said, what are the kind of processes you design, and what do you think about people processor losing their jobs to machine? Okay, so did you understand the question? Adetoye. Adetoye. Are you still on the call?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I think I lost you for a bit.
Did you hear the question?
Yeah, I did. So starting with the processes, the kind of processes I've built. So I worked with banks majorly for RPA. I've built reconciliation processes, settlement processes, like reconciliation of GLs, so from reconciliation of settlement reports and the GL is usually the core banking records. I don't know if non-bankers understand that part, but yeah. So for settlements, yeah, I worked on settlement processes. Also, some Swift processes too, yes. I worked on Swift processes. I worked on dispute processes. Yeah, to mention a few actually.
Okay. So
and there was another question, I think, sorry. The other question was processors losing their job to machines.
Yes.
That's a funny question. I think on the long run, people will definitely not lose their job as much as we are imagining it to be, because definitely we need people to still be there in case of failovers from the bot, which most likely we are trying to eradicate totally. But yes, I don't think people will lose their jobs as much as we're anticipating.
Okay, so Emmanuel said, dear Adetoye, are there any other additional skills you had to learn to supplement RPA development, and how was the learning curve?
Okay, so definitely the part where I said I was a software developer before being an RPA developer kind of helped. If you are going to be starting without being a software developer, okay, you might want to have some basic SQL skills, because you might need to. So Blue Prism these days, I said Blue Prism, sorry, RPA these days, I've gone to the database level where you have to use the database to do some engineering. So usually you might need some SQL skills and basic thinking skills other than knowing how to use the tools. Yeah, that's
okay. John Ares said, what is the current adoption level of RPA in Nigeria?
So current adoption level, based on my knowledge of it, is I think almost all the financial institutions, banks, commercial banks in Nigeria use RPA on RPA right now, and definitely that's the start. And we ourselves as developers, RPA developers, we're looking to scale that more and expand it to other people that don't even know about it yet.
Okay. So give me some minutes to greet people on LinkedIn. So we see your comments on LinkedIn. Hi, John Awe. Thanks for joining the call. David, I might not pronounce your surname well, so I won't murder it. So hi, David. Hi, Musa. Hi Mushid. I hope I got the name well. Damilola Adeogun. Hi. Okay. Hi, Andrew. Yep. Sorry. Hi, Emmanuel. So thank you for joining this call. If you still have questions, please, you can send it on LinkedIn. We see your questions and we are going to answer it. We are waiting for your questions, please. We are still waiting for your questions. Okay, do we still have questions? Okay, so it's time to ask questions to know if we are paying attention in the call. So Adetoye mentioned, I mentioned where Adetoye works. He also mentioned it. So who can tell me where Adetoye works currently?
I think I got a question from Peace in the comment section.
Okay. Okay. Did you hear the question? Did we all hear the question? Okay. Okay, let me ask another question. I'm waiting for your comments. Okay. Peace said, hello Adetoye. What is your favorite robotic automation tool and why? Okay, let me ask another question. I'm waiting for your comments. Did you hear Adetoye?
Yeah, I heard that. I was that's it. That's a funny question. I want to, no disrespect to any other automation tool though, but I am quite comfortable using Blueprint.
Why?
Because most of the things are, first of all, yeah, Blue Prism is what I started with. So definitely I might feel some sort of love for it because I started with it and I use it more. So I think that's, but I've used UiPath also and it's great also. So no, but I prefer Blueprint. No functionality reason.
Okay. Is there a physical school to learn RPA? For those wondering who want to do physical school?
I don't know of any. We could start one now.
Okay, we can start one. Okay. So, do we still have questions?
Maybe people are shy.
Don't be shy, please. Let's ask questions. Is it physical school to learn? Okay. Emmanuel said, is RPA programming? Adetoye. Emmanuel said,
Yes,
is
I can hear you.
RPA programming?
Okay, so it could be and it might not be. So there's a part of RPA that you can actually write actual code. So it could be programming, but it is based on choice of the developer. You might not require to do it, and you might just, for some faster traction, you might just want to quickly add that because you're a software developer.
Okay, please let's keep sending our questions. Let's keep sending questions. We are waiting for questions.
I think there are quite some few questions in the comment section.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Oh, there is that's not the complete question. He said, is RPA programming? Many developers have undervalued it since it's just drag and drop. What are your thoughts on this?
Undervaluing it just means you don't want to actually probably change from what you're used to, from the typical writing of lines. You want to share console log all the time. Yeah, that's what. So you trying to use RPA can actually show that you are evolving with what is going on with your environment, with technologies, newer technologies. So definitely, evolving is definitely change. Is what they say is constant. That's a really constant thing. So definitely, you should try to evolve with it.
Okay. So John Awe said, is there a competition in the available RPA developer jobs in Nigeria?
Not exactly. We have limited developers, so there's no exactly. Oh, sorry, I don't get. For developers or for organizations?
He said RPA developer jobs. Jobs.
Competition for RPA developer jobs. Yeah, I think there are quite enough jobs because there are limited resources, so definitely.
Okay. He also asks, I mean, what is the gap between the demand and supply of RPA developers in the country?
Okay, so based on demand, there's quite a lot of demand, but less supply of developers, if I'm correct. If I get the question correctly, yes.
Okay.
We have less developers than the demand we have for developers.
Olaloa said, how do you see artificial intelligence impacting RPA in the next few years?
Yeah, I mentioned something about trying to improve on RPA and eradicate every form of failovers in RPA. And I think that is where the artificial intelligence comes in. It helps the bot to pick itself up by itself in a situation of failover. So definitely artificial intelligence will come in very handy for RPA automation.
Okay. David said, if everything could be automated, if you believe, which set of work administrative would be first? Do you understand the question?
Which set of work administrative would
be first?
Sorry, I don't get that. Can you take that again?
Okay, said if everything could be automated, if you believe, which sector of the work, administrative, would be first?
Definitely the financial part, the accounting part. Definitely that is the one that will be automated first. Okay. The whole reconciliation, accounting, and that part. Then we can now start. After that, we can now start talking about the human resource part, the customer relationship, customer engagement.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to check the questions. Okay. John, which others are you talking about? You said, have we tried others? I don't understand.
Definitely. I think he's talking about the RPA too. Yes, I have UiPath.
Okay.
I have.
Okay. Okay, so Olumide said, as a bot controller, I feel guys that support this RPA project are not usually recognized. Now I am looking to dive into the development part.
I think that's an industry issue with IT where support is not given enough priority. You tend to multitask developers to do support and development, and you feel everything will be okay with that. So I think that's the problem. That's the problem with the industry generally, Nigerian tech space generally, where support isn't given enough attention. But if you have passion for the development aspect, definitely it's not a bad thing to do. You can always do that.
Okay, no problem. So in absence of no other questions, so we'll call it a day. But for those that want to get more knowledge on RPA, you can join the Stardust Challenge, RPA Star Challenge that is going on. It's a 30 days challenge. And for if you want to get tutorials, you can check our YouTube videos on RPA Stars Code on YouTube. And you can also subscribe to apply for our paid training. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Adetoye, for joining the call. Thank you, everyone, for joining the call.
Thank you for inviting. It was nice to be glad. Nice to have you. Thank you very much.
Yes. So this is not ending now. We'll be having it weekly. So we would like you to join next week to have more knowledge about RPA. So thank you for joining the course. See you next week. Bye.